Hey everyone, and welcome to another marvelous video. DC had just revealed a new cosmic level threat that made Darkseid look like a child. Yes, you heard it right. The Deceased saga showcased Darkseid, along with numerous other powerful characters being pawns to the new threat's objective of ending all life form. It was Erebos, the personification of darkness, created by Tom Taylor and Trevor Hairsine. Erebos was first mentioned by Ares in Deceased War of the Undead Gods, issue 3, and finally introduced in the grand finale of the saga Deceased, War of the Undead Gods, issue 8, where he was killed as well. Erebos was the one behind the spreading of the corrupt anti-life equation, and hence simply used Darkseid to begin the process. So, without any further delay, let's dive into today's video where we will be exploring more about the terrifying cosmic entity.
Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you, and let's begin.
Who is Erebos? Loosely adapting from the Greek mythology, DC is yet to provide any detail about the character's past or origin. Erebos was mentioned by the Ares to the Amazonians when they were attending the funeral of Wonder Woman at the Misera. Diana previously had also been infected and had transformed into one of the deadliest anti-living on Earth. It was Green Lantern Dinah who killed her in a fit of rage after she infected Oliver. Wonder Woman's funeral was arranged in a Viking style, and every Amazonian mourned her loss. Green Arrow shot a flaming arrow and set the flame on her pyre, floating on a tumuli and bidding farewell to the legendary warrior. Ares made a sudden entry, intimidating everyone, but he stated that he was not there to ruin the funeral, but to show them the truth. Ares took them to the Hall of Gods and warned them to prepare themselves for coming war. He showed them historical records of the universe, which spoke of an infection bringing apocalypse to the universe. Green Arrow pointed out that since it was a book of history, its very existence suggested that the infection was taken down. Ares responded by stating that it was the record of another universe, and it did not survive the wrath. It was strange to notice Ares, being the god of war, was worried about it. He explained that this coming war would have no struggle or fair fight, and there would only be defeat with complete slaughtering. However, his choice to side with the mortals clearly explained the magnitude of the upcoming threat. He explained that the cure would not be able to stop it, as far beyond equation. When Darkseid had merged the anti-life equation with death, he summoned the very personification of darkness, Erebos. Meanwhile, the Guardians on O summoned all their Green Lanterns for an emergency meeting concerning the rapid growth of the infection. Several superheroes accompanied the Green Lanterns to learn that the Guardians had decided to eradicate the infected one and stop the spread. Many deferred to this, resulting in a brief war ignited by Ares. But when the Guardians were told about Erebos by Wonder Woman, Cassie Sandsmark, they stepped back. The Guardians ordered all the Green Lanterns to protect the central battery on O. Although Erebos had not yet made an actual appearance, his dread could be felt. Even the nigh omnipotent Mr. Mxyzptlk could not protect himself against the infection. Erebos finally appeared in the grand finale issue of the Deceased saga, Deceased War of the Undead Gods, issue 8. The remaining heroes, villains, and gods united to hear out Damian's plan to defeat Erebos. Damian and Cyborg planned to make a crack in the body of Erebos, make War World pass through it, and initiate the life equation from within Cyborg to destroy Erebos. When they traveled with War World through the Doom Tube to Limbo, we got the first glimpse of Erebos. The being was homogeneous. When Ares and the Black Racer attacked him to create a distraction, they appeared like tiny insects in comparison to Erebos. The top half of Erebos was human-like, with a round head and the darkest eyes. The lower half of his body had tentacles. After the combined efforts of Green Arrow, Mary Marvel, Superman, Superboy, Green Lantern Dinah, and Darkseid, a small crack was made on his body through which Damian and Cyborg took it to War World. However, Damian had previously taken the life equation into him and programmed an escape flight for Cyborg, following which he sacrificed himself and destroyed Erebos. The rest of them returned back to their dimension via the Doom Tubes, while a massive explosion erupted inside the body of Erebos on Limbo. This was Erebos' first and final appearance, but the fact that DC has let the concept of Erebos open-ended, they can move it in whichever direction they want. Erebos in Greek mythology. Erebos meant shadow or darkness. and in Greek mythology, he was born out of chaos. Erebos was one of the first creatures to be born in Greek mythology and appeared without any physical form, hovering in a ghost-like state. According to Hesiod's Theogony, at the beginning of time, the universe emerged from chaos. Later, her two children, Erebos and Nyx, emerged from her, and they were identified as forces or phenomena rather than anthropomorphic gods in mainstream mythology. Erebos and Nyx then made several more primordial deities. They were Ether, the god of light, and Hemera, the goddess of the day. Although Erebos' association with the darkness made him sound ominous, he was quite not worried by the Greeks, as forces of light and darkness existed in harmony. In some myths, Erebos was known to be creating darkness with his mist, which would be burned off by Hemera every day to bring the dawn. What makes Erebos so deadly? Although Erebos appeared to us in action only for one episode, he had done enough in the deceased saga to showcase his might. He made the infected ones fulfill his objective of eradicating life by spreading the infection. The equation was strong enough to decimate plants and even make Mr. Pitalac join him on the side of the infected one. An infected Mr. Pitalac, during a fight with the Spectre, detached the Spectre's host from him. When it comes to physical strength, the colossal size adds up to it. During the final episode, Erebos crushed Ares and tore his head off. In his personification of darkness, it could destroy the universe with his infection. His body was also highly durable. It took Green Lantern, Dinah, Superman, Superboy, Green Arrow, and Darkseid to make a small crack in Erebos' body. Marvelous verdict. So we have finally come to the end of our video, and we hope you liked our content. The wrath Erebos wanted to inflict on the universe would only end after the entire universe was destroyed. And fortunately, he was stopped before doing so. When Mr. Mixopitalac was infected, defeat was inevitable. But lucky for us, the hero did manage to save the day. And if you like our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one and be safe. Thanks, everyone.